Welcome back, everyone. What a fantastically amazing Series 1 we saw. The Valley Esports unfortunately, they went down irrelevant esports. And now they're going to play a second series, as we mentioned, between myself and Greybeard against LastWind. And I'm joined not by Greybeard now, but Simdog. Simdog, how we doing this evening?
I'm doing absolutely brilliant after that last second call, but I'm here now. I'm glad to be here because I'm keeping a close eye on LastWind. There's an interesting final end to the season for them. They could make playoffs with a win here, or if they even lose here, they are still in a chance to get into the playoffs if they were to beat SRZ. And obviously, Astral Allegiance need SRZ to lose their next match, or Fort Templar to lose if they do want to qualify. So there is quite a few playoff places that we are going to be keeping an eye on in this match. And it's strange how that works, isn't it? Only two teams are playing, but yet there's three teams that could be upset or be really happy with the result from just this one match. But LastWind, they're doing extremely well at the minute. They have a really, really, really good record this season. And Valor Esports, of course, just coming off of a loss. Let's see if they carry on with that form, or will they come out on top in this series?
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be very big for them, of course. I think at least getting, maybe a 50% win rate tonight would be great for them. Of course, last win dropped down from second place, it messes around with them. And like you said, they want to try and make playoffs. So they desperately need the W here as well tonight. A double loss for Valley Esports wouldn't be great for them. SLK, between him and Phoenix, they played so exceptional well in the last series. I think they desperately need this win. But of course, you're up against the top two. It's going to be hard for them. So we're going to see here what can LastWind do, against this blue side here. And already SLK put in attacking pressure here onto LastWind. But I mean, of course, Simdog, it's a best of 5, so anything can happen, of course.
Yeah, it is a best of 5, of course. We are seeing game 1 of this best of 5. Only 3 games are needed to take this series, and will we see LastWind get another sweep in this season? They've got quite a few this season. Definitely not a team to be messed with when they are on their day, but let's see if they are on their day again. They're trying to play this ball upfield now. It is calm with the high touch into midfield. SLK has to deal with that one. He does eventually get it away, but only as far as Billy, and it's there for the shot, but not on target, just off to the left-hand side, and that would have been a brilliant start in this opening minute.
Yeah, no, I just want to see Valley Esports maybe just feeding Phoenix and SLK better balls. We've seen SLK, he drives the ball up front, they did so well, and of course Phoenix is the second man in the midfield, comes and slots at home. They weren't that. Khan with a beautiful goal opens up with game number 1.
Yeah, we do see the opener just over a minute gone. Khan with a good shot. All 3 of the players from Valor Esports out of position there. He's done well to tuck that one away. No assist for his teammates, but I can tell you what, they'll still be beyond happy with that. 1-0 now to LastWind as we kick off again. Game 1 currently going in their favour. They've been the better team this opening minute. Had a nice early chance, and there's another chance here. Is Khan there? Yes, he is. It's yet another goal for him. 2 for him and 2 for LastWind.
Yeah, now this is really just going to take the wind out of the Valley Esports sails as Khan gets the double. Simdog, you're going to find kind of 2 things might happen here on the Valley Esports side. They're either all going to be quite, pressed up, all 3 of them, and then leave their back kind of undefended. Or they're going to kind of trip over their own laces on the goal line and not save kind of as many goals as they should. But Papa Body says, well, stuff this. We're going to try and get the quick rebuttal. Beautiful kickoff here. Phoenix in the midfield tries to pop it up for him. It's going to be one of those games, says Phoenix. Well, yeah, maybe just indeed. Papa Body, and Papa Body in the last series, we didn't see an awful lot. He kind of comes in as that third deep man, just throws his presence when he needs to. It's usually Phoenix and SLK kind of carrying him on the side of Valley Esports, and we do need to see Papa Body stepping it up. So fantastic goal there coming in Simdog, and now only a 1 goal difference so far.
Yeah, 1 goal difference, and still 3 minutes left in that game. LastWind trying to get another attack here. Billy playing it up, but not down into the middle, still on that right hand side. Now it's off into the middle, but SLK dealing with that one. Barty going up, Khan off behind him, and Phoenix now it's his turn to shoot straight down the throat of the defenders, but they do deal with that one. Still pressure on them though, onto the crossbar. Time for them to counter it. Is Billy on that right-hand side again, just like he was a couple moments ago, trying to take the shot himself. SLK forced to deal with yet another shot.
Yeah, I just want to see Valor Esports maybe getting this ball out of their own half, trying to force just, LastWind to be back on the defense here. But Billy being so instrumental here for the side of LastWind, so much pressure. Khan, of course, attributed with those 2 goals. SLK is here in the corner, backed up by Phoenix, gets popped over his head. Papa Body is there in the back, long ball. And Valor Esports kind of infamous for just sending his bangers downfield and not really maybe controlling the ball as well as they should. You don't usually find Valor Esports holding the possession as long as they should be. We're going to see if LastWind maybe can take any advantage of that. But Papa Body, beautiful play into the midfield here. SLK still on the attack. Phoenix is here. Doesn't have anything left in the tank, however, to play the ball on further. Papa Body is there with the pickup into midfield. SLK is there's its second man. A little bit more pressure and danger coming at you from Valor Esports Simdog, and you love to see it.
Yeah, Papa Bati being the main source of offense for this Valor Esports side. He's been the main man trying to get those shots on target. Phoenix playing that one into the middle now. It's very good to see that there is some aggression coming out. They are seen as the underdogs in this match. Of course, they sit 7th, I believe, currently in the standings, but they're not playing that way right now. They're up against the second side, the second best in the league right now, and they are definitely playing up to their challenge and up to their talent. But Billy trying to get the shot. Phoenix dealing with that one very well. The pressure is still on though. There is an open net chance. SLK needs to find the shot, and he does get it on target. And just over a minute left, we have a stalemate, 2-2.
Yes, you love the control by Phoenix. You love that passing play upfield to SLK. And SLK with the beautiful control gets it into that top left-hand corner. This is the Valor Esports I wish I saw in the first series, but they seem to be coming alive right now, Simdog. And listen, if they can beat the second seed, that's going to be kudos to them. Beautiful play there from Phoenix to SLK. Very awkward touch. I think it came off Zwan or Khan, who put it into their corner, just very awkward pinch into the midfield. And of course, that can be dangerous when you're at this level of play, to feed that ball, into your opponent's hands like that. So Valor Esports doing so exceptionally well, tied up right now in the series with 40 seconds left. Are we going to see an overtime, or is there going to be maybe a last goal coming out?
I mean, I'll tell you what, with the amount of pressure that is being put on by both sides right now, there's 30 seconds, I do have a feeling, a very gut filled feeling that there is going to be another goal in this one. I don't think we'll be seeing overtime, but as the time ticks down, only 20 left on the board. That one played into the middle. Phoenix only as far as Khan. The shot is down, but is dealt with fairly comfortably. SLK trying to get this one away. Billy with another good touch. Is anybody there? Yes, they are, but it's cleared downfield, thankfully, for LastWind. Khan was there, and I have been proven wrong. Or have I? There is a chance for a dribble. No, it's finally gone down. All right, 2-2. We have overtime. Who will take the first game, do you think, Moose?
I'm almost hoping it's going to be Valor Esports. Yes!
There's the answer.
Yes, I get it. I get to be correct, Simdog. Phoenix with a beautiful kickoff, and SLK is the second man, followed up there so swiftly. This is the Valor Esports that we needed to see the whole entire evening. They pick up the first W. I am so grateful. And very quick indeed, there's Simdog as well. What, only like 3 seconds into the OTs, so richly deserved.
Yes, most definitely deserved. I mean, you can see they did put quite a few shots onto that LastWind side. They had 8 to their name. LastWind only having 7, so it was close. But Valor, of course, the underdogs, like I mentioned earlier, they come on top in game 1, and I think to this LastWind side 2-0, they were ahead for the majority of the game, and then all of a sudden Valor Esports just came out as a different side, really. SLK, Papa Barty, Phoenix all playing absolutely brilliantly. Defense was on top in that second half of the game, most definitely. And LastWind will definitely be shocked by this. And what do you think they need to be doing just to get that edge over them in the next game?
Well, I was going to say, hopefully it's just not a flash in the pan, Simdog. And, we're into the series kind of rounding off 3-1. Valor Esports definitely need to try keep this momentum going, make sure they secured that at the back there. We saw Billy getting pushed up so often. He seems to be instrumental in making the plays for LastWind. And then, of course, Khan coming in to score the goals. Maybe Zwan can be a bit more active, seems to be that deep third man. Hopefully he can just throw a bit more presence the way of LastWind and, kind of block Valley Esports here. But we're going to see they're not second place for nothing, LastWind. So I think, cool. They lost game 1. That's okay. They're going to bounce back. They maybe are going to close out the series now with a straight 3-0 victory. So we're going to see what happens already. Khan with a beautiful save. Simdog, I think you're not second place for nothing. I think, they're not feeling too hot under the collar at this moment.
I mean, yeah, I don't think there will be, but currently second in the standings and the second best team right now, obviously losing the series 1-0. 3 to win the first game. 30 seconds into this one, there's not really been any extremely early signs of any danger, although SLK and Valor Esports are definitely trying their hardest to put the pressure on. Phoenix getting the nice high touch. 2 of the players are going up for that one from LastWind, but it's a comfortable one for SLK. Faking out one. Could he go for the shot? He does, but thankfully for LastWind, Khan gets back just in time. Papa Barty sending that one into the middle. Billy trying to send it away. SLK onto the back ball, gets the double. And what an opener. That is Indian 2, 1-0. A beautiful double touch.
Simdog, they're leaving me a little speechless because this is not the Valley Esports team we kind of, saw a little earlier. Either it's going to come down to Irrelevant Esports, a really great team. Valley Esports weren't that prepared for the first series, or maybe we've seen LastWind not truly deserve to be second place, or depends who they played in this first division, or Valley Esports also just had a tough time of it because they're playing exceptionally good Rocket League right now. SLK SLK is applying a lot of pressure up front, and it's great. He's catching LastWind off guard a bit, and this is great to see. Oh, but the shot they're coming in from Khan, kept up by Papa Barty. They're just doing so well. I think they've learned a few lessons coming up from that first series, and they're definitely singing a different tune in this series, that's for sure.
Oh no!
Oh no! An awkward touch there.
That is extremely unfortunate there for Valor Esports after doing so well, like you were saying. Billy taking the shot, it just bounces onto SLK, the goal scorer for Valor Esports. He's now a goal scorer at both ends, but that is not something to brag about. 1-1 now, still 3.5 minutes left, not even halfway. Phoenix trying to take the shot after another good kickoff from Valor. SLK, it looked like he was going to attempt the shot, but it went more into the middle, less of a shot. Barty trying to play it in, but nobody is there. It was only Billy there for LastWind, and SLK now trying to send it away. Down to Papa Barty. It's a weak shot that is very easily dealt with, but he is still on that ball, playing it high into the sky. SLK down off the crossbar, and we were so close to seeing a second goal yet again, and we could be seeing one here, but the attack is just not quite good enough. We've seen a couple good chances now for both sides. It seems to be heating up in competition.
Yeah, and what I really like to see immediately coming up from the Valor side is they're just making sure that second man is higher up in the offensive position, applying a lot more pressure, and I think that's going to definitely result in them getting a few more goals here, because it just seemed a little bit lackluster in the previous series, and now they're just making sure they get up front and applying a bit more pressure. Of course, LastWind seem to be struggling to kind of find a bit more momentum. You can see Zwan stuck there at the back. He seems to be the dedicated third man. Can't get him blown up. So, he's not going to get up to the front, and just SLK getting the favor returned back onto. Shot getting taken, yeah, SLK with a beautiful save. Yeah, between Billy and Khan, they don't seem to be able to get the ball up front for the orange team at this moment. Yeah, Simdog, as this clock is ticking down, maybe another OT, could get OT the whole night.
I do think that OT is what we will be seeing, but Billy was attempting to just keep us quiet there, but SLK got rid of him in no time. Khan trying to send that ball up into the middle. They are there for the shot, but just couldn't deal with it. And again, it's being sent away, but that one's a very awkward touch into the middle, and SLK yet again is there to deal with that danger. Phoenix this time misses out, but Papa Barty eventually gets the touch. It is still in their half. 1 minute 20 left on the clock, trying to take it away. The pressure from LastWind is really, really good right now. This is more of what we want to see. Going up for the ceiling shot, but SLK, again, he has been so strong in defense for Valor Esports. He's been their main man at both ends of the field, you could say, in some sense, because he's been doing bits at the back and up top, but just not getting enough chances right now as it is still in their half. But finally sent away up into the midfield. Billy dealing with this one. Phoenix needing to get a nice touch. Sees Billy on the sidewall, flicks it away to the other side, but has to keep going. Billy, high touch, Khan needs to get the follow-up. Has he got the boost? He does. Onto the back bar. Can anybody get the touch? And it is Billy with 30 seconds left. Khan and Billy combining together to get themselves and LastWind 2-1 in the lead.
You just watch SLK already kind of uses a bit of boost to jump up and preemptively get the ball. Doesn't really manage to get up there, so SLK, caught napping a little bit in that goal box. And of course, between Billy and Khan able to put it up. That second goal for LastWind in what it seems is very instrumental time, as there's only 30 seconds left remaining on this clock. Well, if you win by 1, that's going to be good enough. There was so much back and forth play between both these teams. The ball was hardly crossing that halfway line. And it really was just kind of like slow progression, then finally Billy could get into the back of the net. But it looks like, as the clock is counting down here, we're not going to see Valor Esports pick up the win in this game too. Should then tie up the series. There's the ball's going to go down, so that's going to be LastWind picking up game number 2, SimDog, and of course now tying up our series 1 apiece.
Yes, tying it up 1-1 now, 2-1 in that game, 3-2 in the first game. A much better performance in the second half of the game. They really started to pick things up, similar to Valor Esports in the first game. Quite a few similarities in these teams I'm starting to realise at the minute, but maybe we're just not seeing them at the best. Maybe Valor Esports are playing above their best and LastWind are just taking it a bit too easy, but I am sure that Valor Esports are trying their absolute hardest, and they were unfortunate to concede the first goal, to be fair to them. SLK with the own goal, that is just something they'll be kicking themselves about, but they will not let get into their heads. I'm sure next game they know what they need to do. I'm sure we'll see them do it, and it's down to LastWind to play to their best of their ability. Otherwise, they'll be finding themselves 2-1 down in the series.
Yeah, with that ball kind of hardly getting into either half, you can see just the shots being 4 and 5 respectively. Just it showed us that there wasn't really too much attacking really coming out from either side of this team. You also see Phoenix only picking up the 94 as well. Phoenix needs to be enabled and empowered just so that Valor Esports do so well. He likes to drive up the middle. He's really good at that second man. And Papa Body this time, as you mentioned, really stepped up and seemed to do much better for Valor Esports. So we're going to see, can they empower Phoenix CT Cam just to do a little bit more? And then maybe Valor Esports can come back in this game 3. But yeah, definitely LastWind they won that game, but it was nothing convincing.
Yeah, nothing convincing. We are underway into game 3. Papa Barty trying to get off to an early start, playing that one into the middle, but nobody there to turn it away. LastWind trying to get the attack forward, and it is the main defensive man, SLK, playing it all the way forward and gets 2 bumps. Papa Barty and SLK with one of their own. Papa Barty now playing it into the middle. SLK up. They're missing out on the touch, and Billy is going to be left with a fairly comfortable one here. Going for the edgeable, but can't keep it in his possession. Now, that's not a very good touch, is it? Played into the middle, but nobody to turn it away. Can't keep the pressure on, just like we've seen him do many times before. And now Phoenix. It's his turn to go forward. Valor Esports nearly found themselves ahead. Instead, it's a 1v1. Khan trying to get it over him, trying to get the bump. Papa Barty gets the better of him, though, making the save. And Billy this time with the solo carry. And SLK was trying to play it to Phoenix, but again, Phoenix missing out on that one. And 1 minute into this game, SLK finding another shot. You have to say, LastWind have been the better side so far. However, Valor Esports are definitely beginning to pick it up right now.
Oh yeah, the better side so far, but when you watch Khan dribble the whole team and then not actually seal the deal at the end there after such decent mechanical control, you kind of throw your hands up and you wondered what the hell happened. You just had to beat one last defender. Upper Body still kind of thought of you and just, oh, that's so unfortunate. And we might just see deja vu of the second game coming out here, where it's going to be back and forth, no one really applying as much pressure as they could. And I mean, we might either get a goal this overtime, or it's just going to be a 1-0 victory. We're going to see what does happen here. Valor Esports, haven't really been able to get into the orange half as well, so try get a little bit more possession, hold onto the ball, maybe not too many bangers upfield. Swan, as being that deep third man, hasn't applied as much pressure as he could have as well into this field. So I think the best we saw there was kind of Khan with the dribbling action. Otherwise, it hasn't been that exciting.
Yeah, it is still 0-0. Nearly halfway gone into this game. Phoenix to SLK with the shot, and Billy, I thought he was fairly comfortable with that one, but he just managed to tip it onto the post and nearly went in, but thankfully for him and thankfully for LastWind, it did go out, but that one is straight back to SLK. Billy, who has been the most impressive player for LastWind in my opinion. I mean, you can feel free to disagree with me, but he seemed to be the most impressive in my opinion. He's dealing with most of the shots that do come his way, and he's also been the main playmaker too, trying to get that ball from the sides into the midfield for his teammates to turn away. It's just unfortunate that often, due to the passiveness of this side, there's not often been anyone there.
No, it's definitely going Billy, Khan, and then Zwan, the 1, 2, 3, and that's kind of how it seems to be played on the LastWind side, versus I find that on the Valor Esports team, they all seem to commit a little bit more. Phoenix slots in a decent goal there. SLK pops it up here, finds the midfield off the backboard. Beautiful.
There it is, 1-0 now. With 1 minute and 48 seconds left, Valor Esports, will they keep the pressure on? They have had 5 shots in this game, or will they just play a bit more defensive and try and stick to the lead? I think they can't feel themselves too comfortable, and well, that lead is not there to be kept anymore. The man I mentioned before, Billy, taking that one, a fairly standard shot from across the right hand side, makes it 1-1.
Yeah, way too much kind of space provided there for Billy. I think there was a double defenders at the back for Valor Esports. Neither of them tried to close down that space. It came in from that right-hand side from the halfway line. I think Valor Esports could have tried to rush the man, had a third man at the back, trying to defend that. There was one takes shot. But like you said, yeah, Billy definitely doing so much work for LastWind. Whether he's at the back, whether he's in the front, it just seems to be the instrumental play here. And maybe if Valor Esports can close down Billy, get a bumper demo, then you can have a greater chance of success. But right now, they are squared up at 1 goal apiece.
Yeah, it is 1-1 and 1 minute left. It's been a competitive series up to now, and it is not looking like it's going to be stopping anytime soon. The ball is still in the Valor Esports side, and LastWind are trying to keep it there. Billy now playing it back up high into the sky. Papabati missing out on it. It's okay with a little free run, gets it past one, but Billy, again, it's that man, he's there to take it away. Played into the middle again, nobody to turn it home. Khan needs to try and get a touch. That's a good touch by Phoenix. SLK behind him, but it's just too high. Papabati, again, this pressure, this cycle of pressure is really, really good now from Valor Esports. All 3 players getting involved. There is a chance now, though. It's finally been broken. Khan needs to play this one into the middle, but yet again, none of the two teammates, are there to capitalize.
Yeah, you kind of find sometimes they're not really being that second man that has to step into the space and try capitalize, like you said, and they could have definitely slotted 1 or 2 more goals than what we see here on the scoreboard. So as we slowly count down to this overtime, Papabati just needs to kill this ball. Big pinch coming in from SLK, but I doubt we're going to see a last goal. Wait, okay, should die now. There we go. Okay, so second overtime coming at you, Simdog, and it really, it's not coming down to a team that's applying more pressure than the other. It's just kind of maybe mistakes that get capitalized on, but no one has been really more offensive and applying more pressure than the other team. Yeah, I've kind of found it to be 50-50, 52-48 anyway.
I mean, yeah, you're 100% right. Valor Esports have had the majority of shots, but LastWind, I am absolutely 100% positive if they actually threw bodies forward, they would have so many more shots than Valor Esports, and they would also have so many more goals, but it looks like they just don't want to run the risk of conceding a counter-attack. We haven't seen it happen too often so far in this game, but that is due to the numbers that they have at the back. There's normally 2 players. Billy trying to play that one down. That would have been a really good touch. And Papabati this time, there is the counter-attack, trying to play it forward. SLK going to keep this pressure on, playing it off into the corner. Phoenix keeping the ball in the middle, but nobody there yet again. Billy taking it forward into the middle. Phoenix sending it away, and again, there was nobody even there ready to attack that ball.
Yeah, if we can just see Billy and Khan trying to apply a little bit more pressure, maybe if Zwan does come up out of that goalpost, but it's okay. Yes.
How about that? 2-1. What a brilliant shot. 64 miles per hour, just fell into the middle, and he knew that was his. Billy going the wrong way. Went to the right-hand side where he knew it would have been open because his car was backwards. And SLK take this game of the series and they find themselves ahead.
Find themselves ahead. Okay, so only up by 1 game. It's 2-1, but you know, this is, you know, you want that little safety net as you go deeper into the series. Game 4, of course, you know, all the pressure's on you. Do LastWind come back and able to force out game 5? Or are we going to see Valor Esports close it out here? I mean, they put 7 shots on goal there, even with SLK having a little bit of a ping issue. But he is the supersonic legend there on the team. So we're going to see Simdog. It is close. You know, Zwan seems to be very deep on his team. You can see the 104. So maybe if they're playing 2 out of 3 on their team, you know, maybe Zwan needs to get a little bit more active. Maybe is he too deep? Is he a committed goalkeeper on the team?
It's a bit difficult to tell, really, because it is normally like we've seen time after time in the series. It's been Billy who has been the main carrier going forward, trying to get the ball into the middle, and Khan has often been the second man. But we can't really. I don't want to see that in this game. I want to see them commit men forward, maybe even have all 3 up at some points. They need to start doing what Valor Esports were doing and recycling possession. If they can't take the shot, just play it onto the back ball, play it off the side, get another chance there and make it available for your teammates to attack, and they will be there to get the goals. That is the main reason why Valor Esports won last game. However, I'm not too sure whether we will see it or whether we won't. It's all down to them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I like to see Phoenix getting enabled. He plays so well in that midfield. You see how the goals get scored. You know, SLK, between SLK and Phoenix, they play so phenomenally well. We just need to see them holding the ball a bit more, having possession. If they can play to midfield, they get past one, you know, relatively easily. It's not too bad trying to get past that last man of LastWind. And then, you know, they can have success. Game 4, it can be in their hands. I think, you know, LastWind, kudos for them for taking second place. I'm actually seeing Valor Esports in a much different light right now because that first series are definitely up against tough competition. And right now they seem to be holding their own, and that's for sure. You know, Papa Body's come to the party. You know, game 2, we saw phenomenal play there. Yeah, I don't know, Simdog, game 4, will it be another kind of back and forth? Does it only go to 1 each? You know, we're not really seeing games that are, you know, going crazy. You know, 7 goals have not been put on the scoreboard thus far.
I mean, yeah, compare it to yesterday. We saw Astro Allegiance absolutely destroy their opponents. They played out of their minds. And LastWind, they are essentially the rivals of Astro Allegiance this season, at least. They are their playoff rivals. They need to be beating them in the playoffs if they do get there. Of course, LastWind need to win this game if they want to guarantee that now. But they do still have a chance, and maybe just keeping that pressure off themselves a bit and just relaxing a tiny bit, keeping it out of the back of their minds and just trying to think, right, if we just play this game and lose it, we can take a look at what we need to work on afterwards to make sure we are perfect for that final game of the season. But I can tell you what, right now they have a lot of things to work on. They're playing way too passively, like we keep on mentioning. And Valor Esports, considering how low they are in the table compared to LastWind, they seem like the better team, and that is worrying if you are a LastWind fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I mean, you know, if you're going to go into the playoffs like this and you're going to be the second seed team in Division 1 like this and you're not really playing as aggressive as you could and not kind of slamming these teams that are 7th, then I think you have to stress a little bit. You know, and looking forward, you know, if we have our crystal balls out, you know, LastWind, they may be going to suffer when you put them against, you know, the Nameless Paradoxes and the Relevant Esports and the Astro Allegiances teams. Then, you know, LastWind maybe are going to find themselves struggling just a little bit, because Valor Esports have definitely stepped up and they are making LastWind work for this victory. I mean, I actually wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Valor Esports even taking this series.
Yeah, I mean, we know exactly what LastWind can do, and they're starting off doing it early on, putting on the pressure in the opening 30 seconds. We're seeing a bit more of the players getting forward. Billy playing that one down, and this time he does finally get the back of the net. He does get the goal. Zuren with the shot. 1-0 ahead in early stages too. This is much better from LastWind, and this is what we needed in the last few games.
Well, goodness, we haven't seen this deep third man come into life and score any goals at all. And, you know, had it only happened in game 4, so maybe, just maybe, Simdog, the advice is seeping through just a little bit, and we're going to see what LastWind can do, but it's going to be Billy put in on the second.
How about that? Already, just 50 seconds in, we have seen the same amount of goals that they have scored in game 1, game 2, game 3. The only amount of goals they've scored in one game is 2. And they've got that again in 50 seconds. This is so much better. Billy getting demoed on this one though. Valor Esports, it must be a shock to them. They need to try and deal with this ball coming in if they don't want to concede again. I tell you what, they are playing a passing game right now. LastWind, they're just playing so much better, so much faster. Valor Esports just can't seem to handle them. Billy is going to be left with this one to play forward. It doesn't go too far.
This is the second kind of seed team that we've been waiting to see now, and it took 3 games for them to get to this point, and hopefully, you know, we're going to see them try close out this series in such a strong fashion. That would obviously then have to happen in game 5. But so far, you know, they're playing exceptionally well. Exactly, you also see Zwan just kind of coming in a lot higher up, and maybe that's been the difference right now, Simdog. Just they are having more bodies up front in the blue half.
I mean, yeah, it's exactly what we called for. If you ask, you will receive, and Zuren is definitely getting further up. Playing the pass into Billy, it is high. Phoenix forced to make the save, and Billy is there again, but that ball just not good enough. Khan deciding to turn away, allowing Phoenix and Papa Barty to have their chance to attack. But Khan is now carrying it away, going for the edge. Will he get the touch? He does go low. Khan with the shot, but it bounces away. SLK trying to deal with it, down to Phoenix and Khan. This aggression is absolutely lovely to see. Billy onto the backboard now, drop down into the middle. Zun trying to send it back in, off the backboard again. Papa Barty and SLK caught awkward, and Billy is there. 3-0.
Oh, and Papa Barty not able to just clear this as well as he could. Gets it onto that wall there. SOK there's as well not able to clear. Billy gets the read, says, I'm quick enough to come and rush you guys. Puts in a third for LastWind, and now, yeah, definitely not the LastWind team we have seen throughout this series, but they've definitely warmed up to the business end, and they'll be able to force out game 5 here. So it's going to go the distance, Simdog, and you love to see it. If you're a fan, if you're a caster, you know, it has to go all the way. And, you know, finally LastWind seem to be getting wind in their sails.
Yes, they definitely do. Before the start of this match, I would... Oh my god! What is that? That is absolutely wonderful there from Zuan. 4-0 now. I was saying before the match, I did not expect it to be going to game 5. And, I mean, this game 4 is the exact reason why. This is how they normally play. This is how they should have been playing in game 2 and 3. Game 1 was a bit closer as well. So maybe they should have played like that then as well. Billy now taking the shot just off the post, and that is so unfortunate. 2 goals in quick succession. The own goal coming out this time. 5-0, LastWind. Where has this been?
I mean, can I tell you that immediately you can see the difference comes in here when Zon is playing more aggressively and is playing a little higher up than being that deep third man. It is making the world's difference. They've put 5 goals here onto this Valor Esports team. They are playing so phenomenally well. This is absolutely like the floodgates are open, right? Just, it is flowing. And the momentum and the upshift is definitely changed here for the side of LastWind tremendously. We were talking, you know, a little earlier saying, well, We're not seeing these crazy goals. You kind of said Astro last night that just put on goal after goal after goal. We saw nothing like this in the whole entire series. Now we get to game 4, we already have 5. That's the most goals kind of compared to the whole series combined.
Yeah, they are definitely playing so much better. They have finally found the momentum. I mean, it's still a bit worrying that it took them 4 games to do so, but they didn't lose game 1, and that was the one that meant the most to them. If they had lost that one, they would have been out by now, but 2-1 down in the series. I think it's safe to say after this game it'll be 2-2. Another ball into the middle. That was a beautiful pass by Billy. Khan trying to play this one back in. Still going. He does get the high touch, which means it's awkward for Phoenix. Papa Batty missing out on that one too. Phoenix to SLK. They're still together. They have honestly seemed so much more awkward, Valor Esports. They can't deal with the pure pace that LastWind are putting out on them right now. It is such good pressure, and Billy trying to go for the shot. That one is now just wide. They are still trying to get more goals, and I mean, you can say it's bad sportsmanship, but it's also like they want to show they are absolutely ruthless. Who cares if they're 5-0 up? They are going to try their best to keep on going. 20 seconds left. And finally, Valor Esports with a rare attack in this game, only putting the 2 shots, make that 3 on target in this game 4, and Khan playing it up. 10 seconds on the clock. Surely that is game. There is no way that Valor Esports can get back. They could find themselves with a constellation, but they do not, and instead we see them going into a game 5. LastWind. What a performance.
What an absolute performance. And just, Valor Esports, they were starved of the ball. You mentioned they only had the chance to shoot 3 shots, and that was it. LastWind had all the possession. We see Billy with the 6 shots, gets 3 goals out of that. Absolutely phenomenal play. They absolutely just turned it up. And I think I, kind of want to say my MVP there was Zwan getting the 2 shots. He seemed to come up a lot more, got it more aggressive, and it seemed to give them a lot more momentum and just uptick. And that changed a lot for LastWind. And I mean, 5 goals to 0 says a lot. They seem to wait deep into the series. Let's feel it out. Let's get a game 4. Maybe risk it a bit too much. They were on the precipice of losing, but now they seem to have clutched. Almost, they're almost going to grab victory from the depths of defeat there. So now the series is on, Simdog.
Yeah, it is definitely on. I mean, we were saying, I'm going to mention it again, we were saying, like, LastWind, they're just playing way too passive, and they need to be throwing the men's forward, they need to be putting bodies forward, and as soon as they do that, lo and behold, they put 5 goals past Valor Esports, where the most they had even conceded in a single game beforehand was 2. And it's incredible to watch for LastWind, but Valor Esports, on the other hand, they must be thinking, where on earth has this come from? This is absolutely unbelievable. 2 in the series now, though. Valor Esports versus LastWind going into game 5, and that is an early start. The flip reset just off to the right hand side of the post. SLK and Papa Barty combining, playing it forward. Phoenix trying to find the shot, but Zuan deals with that one. SLK going up, not enough boost to take it past Billy. Zuan going up with him, no boost there to take, and Khan now trying to play away, but Phoenix made that one extremely dangerous for him. Papa Barty with an awkward touch. SLK back to Papa Barty. 30 seconds in. The pressure has been on LastWind. They've been on the receiving end of many attacks. A shot coming in there, but that's a good save. SLK going down, faking one out, going for the bump. Just made it awkward with an extra touch. Phoenix couldn't find the shot, and now it is LastWind's turn to counter-attack. It is played up into the middle. Can't playing it forward. Billy with the touch, and Phoenix dealing with that one. What an opening first minute this has been in game 5.
Yeah, so far so good. You see Valor Esports just kind of holding on, trying to make sure that the 2 not get scored on Billy. Already you saw they're trying to take the early shot, of course getting kept up there. Wish Papa Body was just, came up a little quicker as that 3rd man and try to help out SLK and Phoenix, as they also had their own opportunity to try score against LastWind, but it didn't happen that way. So far so good here, Simdog. 0-0. It's going to be tight, of course. This is really the game, of course, that's going to, it's going to make or break. I think especially Valor Esports being 7th, LastWind, they could lose, and like you said, kind of in the opening game there, but Zwan score in the opener.
There is your personal MVP shining again. Gets the opening goal in Game 5. Phoenix just stood there. I'm not too sure what's gone on there. Maybe a little bit of a controller problem. I'm not too sure, but 1-0 now to LastWind. They're not complaining about what's happened there. They won't be bothered whatsoever. They need this win to guarantee their playoff place. Astro Allegiance will be watching this one on, thinking they might not be caring about the next game against SRZ, but you also have to remember Fort Templar 2 are playing, but right now it is this game we are focusing on. LastWind 1-0 up, Game 5, 2-2 in the series. A brilliant series so far. That shot is on target, and Khan has made that 2-0. They are 2 goals to the good, and 2 goals closer to taking the series.
And SLK taking the ball into the midfield, didn't have a good grasp of it. And of course, Khan said, well, you know, thank you, loose ball. I'm going to take that off your hands. Already scores a very quick second here for LastWind. And Simdog, we're almost going to watch this go slowly downhill here for the side of Valor Esports, because they're already down by 2. You know, this is kind of the game that's going to make or break. So, you know, you don't like to see it going this way, but it almost seems like it's going to. LastWind, you know, having a good control of this game. They're doing so well. We haven't really seen Valor Esports put too much pressure onto them. You know, maybe SLK and Phoenix a bit in the front here, as SLK still holding onto this ball, but yeah.
It has been a very good match again from LastWind so far, and you can't help but feel sorry for Valor Esports. It could be conceding in the third year, but can't getting that one off touch. As I was saying, you do have to feel for them. Valor Esports went into Game 1, they lost that one, but Game 2 and Game 3 they were playing much better, whilst admittedly LastWind weren't playing to the best of their ability, but now they are. SLK forced to make another save. LastWind have finally shown us why they are second in the table and why they are supposedly going to be securing playoffs. That shot was another close one. They have another chance to counter. Khan going for the flip reset. He does get it over 1, over 2, but Phoenix, their third man, making the save. This time it's Papa Barty going forward, trying to get the ground pinch, and that's another good 50. That is something we have seen many times in this game. The challenges between 2 opposition players have been very good. One of the best aspects in this series. Zoom going up for that one. Khan back into the middle. Billy nowhere to be seen, and this is a free ball for Papa Barty to deal with.
And just, I don't know if it's, you know, Papa Body and of course, you know, the team here from Valor Esports, so they're just able to do that much when they ever get, you know, possession, able to push the ball forward. It always gets sent back here by LastWind. We see, you know, either through Swan or Billy just able to push the ball. But okay, Phoenix, CT Cam finally getting a Valor Esports share on the ball. SLK providing the pressure that they needed, and a very quick second man rush up coming in from Phoenix. And you find Simdog that Valor Esports only seem to do well and maybe score those type of goals when Phoenix is in that second man role. He drives very quickly up the midfield and scores these type of goals, and it seems to be becoming very few and far in between, as we've seen. And you know, Valor Esports need to make that happen a bit more often. They need to empower the players, and they need to make sure that can happen.
40 seconds left now in this game. 5-2-1 on the scoreboard. 2 LastWind. They are currently the leaders in the series. They will go on to win this series 3-2 if the scoreline stays like this, but Valor Esports, they will have something to say. They are not going to let it go to waste. They are going to keep fighting till the end. 20 seconds left. The shot is on the Valor Esports goal. It's just off, just wide. Phoenix needs to deal with that one. The touch is there again by LastWind. They're trying to keep the pressure on, not letting the ball go. Phoenix can't get a touch now. It is sent backwards off to the right hand side. SLK is up. 0 seconds on the clock, off the corner wall, and it is bounced down. And LastWind take the last game. 2-1 and 3-2 in the series.
Simdog. So incredibly tough to watch. I really felt Valor Esports just came back here and showed such resilience and grit. It wasn't meant to be. LastWind, they had the last say, and they took the series 3 games to 2. So this is keeping Valor Esports now at the bottom of Division 1.1. They were 7th. They're definitely going to stay there, if not drop lower. Of course, they lost 2 series this evening. They lost to Irrelevant Esports in the first series, and then of course losing now to LastWind as well in the second series. They definitely came back and they did play. They had good showings though of Rocket League, Simdog.
Yeah, they definitely did. I mean, Valor Esports, when you look at the scorelines tonight, you're going to see that they lost both games. You're going to see 2 L's on their score sheets, and you're going to think, wow, that must have been bad, losing 2 games in one night. But no, I mean, the first series that they played might not have been that great, but the second one, much more competitive, much more fast paced. Defense was a lot better organized, and they were getting the chances and were putting the pressure on, especially on a second place team, a well balanced team such as LastWind. It's an impressive achievement to be playing so well against them. Seventh against second, I think we all predicted that LastWind were going to come out on top, but you can't help but feel sorry for Valor Esports. They played so well, and it was just at the final stretch where they just seemed to fail, seemed to trip over their own feet. I think you mentioned earlier, and they do lose the series 3-2, but they'll be going into the final game of the season thinking, you know what, we did well last game. Let's try and end it on a high. And next season, we go again. And now, LastWind, they have officially confirmed their playoff place. So instead of looking to the last game of their season, they'll be focusing on the playoffs and they will be thinking, let's get up and let's get promoted because they are definitely going to be down for this one.
Yeah, but I think almost a tough playoffs for them, as we mentioned as well, Simdog. Definitely when you look at all the other teams that are sitting in first and second across 1.1 to 1.3, LastWind possibly do have to pick up their socks a little bit. We need to see Zwan come in and be a bit more aggressive, and then we know they can play much better instead of kind of playing 2-1 with the two players up front there, and then we can see LastWind doing a little bit better. But yeah, that's going to be the evening up for a wrap. Valley Esports sadly taking the L in both of those series. Simdog, tough to watch, but yeah. ECC Season 9 brought to everyone, of course, by Valley Esports and Game King as the official sponsors for Season 9 Simdog. It's been an absolute pleasure. And yeah, looking forward
Indeed, yeah.
to, I guess, like I said, yeah, the playoffs is going to be some definitely very hot Rocket League coming soon.